Mr. President, to the bill.
To the bill, please.
First of all, a quick point of clarification. The visual aid that is up before you shows a map of Clackamas County. And as you look on the bill and you look under the definition of high-value farmland, you'll see that as the bill defines high-definition or high-value farmland is applied to that county, basically no one is going to have recourse beyond 2 homes in Clackamas County. That's how broad and sweeping this change is. Second point I'd like to make that my good colleague from Douglas County brought up is the issue of secondary lands. Secondary lands is something that certainly those of us that don't live in the valley know all about. Secondary lands is an issue of which we have the very prime farmland surrounding a city, EFU land that goes around that, and then we have all the land outside. And for years we have battled with, can you actually preserve the high-value farmland and go make adjustments to the UGB to do those types of things? For years, almost 10 years here, nearly, we've taught on those issues. But when we come to the legislature, when we come to the department, we are told that, no, Senator, there's no such thing as secondary lands. Secondary lands is not in statute. Secondary lands is not defined legally. There's no such thing as secondary lands. Third point of clarification, and I certainly don't want to repeat during the lunch hour what everyone else has said about the process or about what I said on the last time we had a minority report, which is this will be the third vote of the people, the third time that the legislature will separate itself from the people, and this time we will have yet a third vote in the last 10 years, and I think I said previously that's 6 or 7 sessions and 3 votes of the people where we separate people from their government once again. What I would like to say is, in addition to my colleague, my good new colleague from Sherwood, I too have traveled the state and asked people about this bill. All last year, asked them about the implementation of the bill. And there's 2 things that I think the carrier did address, but I'd like to talk about them from a different point of view. It is from the heart. People feel very closely about their property. It is part of the American dream that they are defending when they have voted well-informed for Measure 7, well-informed for Measure 37, and well-informed when we start this campaign. It strikes to the core of what it means to be an American and to be a property owner. It strikes to the core when the government says you can or cannot do something. It is Oregon that has centralized land use planning, and yet no other state in the Union has followed our lead. Some other countries have, but no other state has. Private property rights are fundamental. The vote of the people is fundamental. This measure and this bill goes around the public process. It goes around what people have voted on. It puts into place yet another separation in the last 20 years between what is truth and fiction when you actually take your property up to a planning desk at a county level and find out that you really don't have the property rights you thought you had when you bought the property. That's the problem. It may sound good as politicians make speeches, but if you have someone who's not a politician who goes to their county clerk and goes to the planning council or goes to their planning officer and finds out what a nightmare it is, that's what we're affecting. We are making the nightmare 24 hours a day. It's a nightmare you can never wake up from. This bill is an embarrassment, and I would urge a no vote.